I have an Apple Watch and an iPhone that used to be paired together, but for some reason they lost that connection over time. It actually happened when I paired another secondary Apple Watch besides this one to the Apple Watch's app in the iPhone, and then after some time they lost connection. So you can see here it shows that the Apple Watch is all set up and is ready to go because it's functional. But check, for example, if I try and ping the iPhone that's paired with this Apple Watch, you can see iPhone not detected. You can use find devices to locate your iPhone, which is kind of weird. And then you can see on the iPhone's app, it says good morning. If you have an Apple Watch, you can pair it with your iPhone here. Then if I go to where it starts start pairing, I'll say for myself and then searching for Apple Watch. And because this is not in pairing mode, it's not being detected by the iPhone. So if you click where it says get started with Apple Watch, then it opens up Apple support. So seems like the connection just got lost in the air, or maybe it's a glitch or bug. So in order to fix it, well, Apple says first bring the devices together and make sure that they are a few inches or less than a meter close to each other, but that's not going to fix it, as you can see. And then ensure that Bluetooth is on the iPhone and on the Apple Watch. So you can see here on the iPhone, Bluetooth is on, and then if we go to the Apple Watch, Bluetooth is on as well, and they should be able to start talking to each other. You can see here Bluetooth, these are the only devices that it's seeing, and Bluetooth is on, as you can see. So that won't work. And then I also restarted both devices. So sometimes a reboot on the Apple Watch or on the iPhone helps to reestablish the connection. I did that and it didn't work. So if this doesn't work, then you can unpair them and then repair them again. You can use the iPhone's Apple Watch app and then go to all watches and try repair them. But you can see for me, when I pretty much go into the Apple Watch app and start to repair or try to look at my existing Apple Watches, nothing actually shows up. So our last resort is to pretty much go into the settings and try and reset this Apple Watch and see if it reestablishes the connection. So when you go into settings and you go to the general part of your Apple Watch, I would restart so that you can see. So I'll go into the settings and then I'll go to general, which is the part that will allow us to be able to reset the Apple Watch. It's usually closer to the top, just like this. And then if I go all the way down, there's a reset. So there's two resets. The first one, reset home screen layout. So that's just going to reset the layout of the home screen, or you can erase all content and settings. Now, if you want to start with a minor step or stage, you can do just the home screen layout and see if that fixes the pairing issue, but most likely it might not. Then the last resort is to erase all content and settings. Now, keep in mind that the Apple Watch automatically backs up to the iPhone that it is paired to. So hopefully when the connection was lost, there aren't like any sensitive or a lot of data that had not yet backed up before the connection got lost. You just have to hope for that. And then click where it says erase all content and settings, input your passcode, and now you can see all media data and settings will be erased. This cannot be undone. Are you sure you want proceed? So I'll click where it says proceed right here and then give it a few seconds. You can see the Apple Watch is just restarting, and then once it does, I'll show you how the pairing process goes. So this is actually my first time resetting an Apple Watch. Usually Apple Watches are good when it comes to retaining the connection. These devices are well built, but now you can see it's just restarted. The loading process just sort of disappeared. I'll fast forward maybe this part so that we save some time. The next screen that shows up is this loading icon, and you can see it's just loading all the way. And I'll let it do a 360 because there's nothing else I can do. Like, I don't want to disturb the process, so let's be patient a little bit. Now the Apple logo just showed up and the Apple Watch is restarting, it seems. Now it seems like this is the actual erasing and resetting process, so I'll just lay it down and let it do its thing. The next screen that shows up is this one that shows that says bring your Apple Watch and your iPhone close to each other. So I'll quickly just do that. Maybe I'll have to lock the iPhone just like this and then unlock it, because nothing is popping up on the iPhone. Now you can see it's showing up, so you might have to do that. If the pairing doesn't show up on your iPhone, just close it. Sometimes you might have to restart it, and then once you do that, it will show up. So now on the iPhone it says use your iPhone to set up this Apple Watch. I can click continue now, and you can now set up for yourself or for family. I'll click for myself just like this, and now you can see it's changed the screen on the Apple Watch. I have to align this too, just like setting up a new Apple Watch. And once it's aligned, just make sure the circle turns green, and then hold Apple Watch up to the camera, align it, and then give it a few seconds just like this. Your Apple Watch is paired. Now I can restore from backup. Like I said, you can see when the iPhone and Apple Watch are paired, it automatically backs up to the iPhone that it's paired with. So I can set up as a new watch or restore from backup. So I'll restore from backup, and then it gives me the various backups that I have. So restore from backup, choose a backup from the list below. So this is the Apple Watch Ultra 1. And this is the other Apple Watches that I used to have. So it retains most of its backups, and that's the good thing about the iPhone and Apple Watch being paired together, because the data is just automatically paired and stored on your device and Apple account, so that when you set up a new device or when you have to restore it, then you can easily restore it. So I'll just click this one and says continue, because it's the same watch, and now it's checked. I have to agree to the terms and conditions. I'll click agree just like this. Now Apple Watch passcode. When you set a passcode, I can create a passcode right here, and I'll do it on the Apple Watch. So I'll put just like the old one, use it anyways. It's saying it's easy to guess, but that's okay. It's my test Apple Watch. And then please continue on the iPhone. Now it says choose the text size. I'll click continue. Shared settings. Now it shows you safety features that are here with the Apple Watch: emergency SOS for detection, crash detection, siren, and backtrack. I'll click continue. Depth. Now it's telling you that there's this new depth app that's installed that's automatically going to open when your Apple Watch detects that you are underwater, and you can choose to open it automatically whenever it's submerged, or don't. So I'll click automatic, because why pay for the feature when you don't want to use it? And then driving safety: to reduce the risk of fatal injuries, always follow driving safety protocols, and before driving, read the instruction and warnings in the Apple Watch user guide. Continue. Now it's signing into your account. This may take a few minutes. Now you can see Apple Watch is syncing, and it's gonna pretty much load right here. So this takes a while, so I'll just give it time to do its thing. What's cool about this screen is that the progress that's showing on the icon that's on the iPhone is actually the same progress that's on the Apple Watch. So it does show that yes, they are synced and synchronized together, which is a pretty cool thing. So let's give it a few minutes, and it's already been over a minute. How long this is going to take most likely depends on how much data needs to be synced. So previously, before your connection got lost, if you had a lot of data or stuff in your Apple Watch and sync to your iPhone, then it's gonna take longer. If you had less stuff, then it might be a quick process. Now, a device added to your account. An Apple Watch has access to your iMessage, FaceTime. If you don't recognize the device, then you can remove it in settings. It's okay, because this is us adding the device. And now the Apple Watch screen has just gone off. I'll give it a few more seconds to finish synchronizing. Now, after I've selected this, it seems to be moving faster as well. Now, welcome to Apple Watch, and it's just vibrated. So you can see now both devices have the hello screen just welcoming you to the Apple Watch. I wish the one on the iPhone would also animate just like what we have on the Apple Watch, because it says hello. So I can click done now, and you can see my previous watch faces have been carried over. And if I go to the photos one, it shows my carried photo also is synced, which is good. And these are all my previous photos that you see right here that I used to have as watch faces, and now they are available, which is good. And if I now click where it says start on the Apple Watch, it animates through. You can take a tour to be welcome to watchOS 26, but I know what's new in watchOS 26, and now you can see it's just finishing the watch face and the data. This might take some time for everything to settle in the background, but you can see even the apps, the way they look, they are actually downloading and loading in the background, and this is typical. So it's something that's good. And now if I go into the settings, I can be able to see the iPhone, and the same is also true on the iPhone right here. If I go into the settings and go to my watch right here, I can go to the top left corner where it says all watches and click on it, and you can see my Apple Watch Ultra is right there, and I have now the ability to control it manually, which is something that's good. So that's unfortunate that you have to take the long route if it comes to this, but rest assured, as you can see, most of your information is going to be transferred over before the data was lost. And make sure you are close to a stable Wi-Fi or cellular connection so that the data and the apps in the background can download and set up properly. And that's how you do it. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on more content to come.